Good morning, Southeast Texas. A Friday morning, the weekend's just about here. And boy, I tell you what, the last two mornings, we have had a lot of fog across the area. And we'll try to get everything covered here in the next 10 minutes. Weather's pretty quiet, actually, even though it doesn't look quiet. There's a lot of clouds, but we'll talk about a few widely scattered light showers possible this afternoon here locally and what we're in store for tonight. But our Roofing 911 Skycam Network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard and Prey. It has been partly sunny to mostly cloudy. I think we'll get more and more clouds as we head toward the evening. So probably mostly cloudy on and off the rest of the day. Temperatures in the lower 80s for highs. But we started out the last two mornings with lots of fog. I mean, visibility's right around zero in the Triangle. We had better visibilities up in the lakes area, but the last two mornings here in the Triangle have been rather foggy. And we have a weak front coming in toward daybreak tomorrow morning, so we could see some fog again tonight. Ahead of that front, we'll see how the winds, if the winds come down enough to see if there's any fog or not. And temperatures, as we said, in around 80. We'll be in the lower 80s this afternoon. Weak front coming in will cool us off a little bit, especially at night. Instead of these muggy 60s we've seen lately, may have some 50s for lows coming up by Sunday morning. And it has been certainly the last several days well above normal and very muggy. All right, satellite and radar, a few little sprinkles out there west of the Triangle over toward Houston. These will work across in the next few hours. They're very small, light showers, not a big deal. Some moderate showers north of the lakes area, back to the north of Austin. The front still way back to the west. So what we're going to see the rest of the afternoon, about a 20% coverage of light showers in the lakes and the Triangle. And then the activity will pick up a little bit this evening, especially out toward the Houston area, just ahead of that front, and that'll slowly sag toward the coastline throughout the overnight hours, into tomorrow morning. So any showers at all tomorrow will be right around daybreak south of I-10, and that's it. So overall, a pretty nice weekend coming up as that low kicks on out. Some showers and a few thunderstorms across portions of Mississippi and Alabama, which triggering the rains over Texas, really not here locally. We're still in a drought here. The upper level low spinning on the Kansas and Nebraska border, and that's working to the northeast. The dynamics are well north of us, so no heavy rains or severe weather expected here locally. And here's our upper level low for Monday night, Tuesday morning, real early. So it's spinning there just east of Los Angeles. That may track a little farther south, not much, but there'll be a stronger front with it, so we'll have a little better convergence for a 50 to 60% coverage of showers and a few thunderstorms overnight, Monday night into Tuesday morning. You can see the showers, pretty light stuff over east and northeast Texas currently at the present time. Some showers across the southeast, northeast, pretty quiet. If you have any travel plans, really only trouble spots will be in the southeast, parts of the Midwest and Central Plains, and of course with that low out over the southwest. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast now for the rest of the day. We're already around 80, 81. We'll top out in the low 80s today and take a look at the showers popping up here and there rest of the afternoon. Once again, about a 20% coverage the rest of the day. Now, from about 6 p.m. till midnight, we'll up that coverage to 30%, especially out to the west. Notice this is at 6:30 tonight. Showers and even a few thunderstorms there north of Houston forecasted around 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So that could impact a couple of the high school football playoff games tonight in the northern Houston area, but they should move out fairly quickly. Hopefully no long delays there. And as we see, we're pretty much rain free here in southeast Texas, all out to our west. Then as the night goes on, some of the activity tries to work in around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, just not much to it. And as we show you in just a moment on our rainfall total maps, we're not expecting much at all. If you do get any rain, it'll be less than a half an inch. So it's really not going to do much of any good anyway. You can see northerly winds trying to take over here in the north. Very weak front coming in, but you'll see on the 7-day in just a few minutes, weak front, but maybe some upper 50s by Sunday morning. That'll be better. But this is 3:30 tomorrow morning. Some scattered showers from central Louisiana back through the Triangle in Liberty County. Not everybody's going to see it. A 30% coverage, though, overnight into tomorrow morning. And we'll move it on to around daybreak. Everything's pretty much moved offshore. Temperatures tomorrow, around 80, maybe 81 still. We'll start out with some clouds. We'll clear throughout the day with light northerly winds. Looks like a pretty nice weekend, actually. Weekend does not look too bad at all southeast Texas. Very muggy, breezy, humid today and tonight with on and off showers. And then the weekend looks much, much better. All right, rainfall totals. Of course, it's just a possibility here, but this is between now and 7 a.m. Sunday morning, even though Sunday is going to be dry. 90% of Saturday is going to be dry. Tomorrow morning, maybe 1/10 of an inch in a few spots, maybe as much as 1/3 here and there. Of course, I think some of the little bit heavier totals will be in the Houston area this evening and tomorrow morning across the area. All right, as we take a look at system number 2, that's the one you saw spinning around Los Angeles in the upper atmosphere. A little bit stronger front with this one. Now, this is Monday morning at 7 a.m. Front extending back into west central Texas. Notice the showers, thunderstorms with that. Southeast flow already back off the Gulf behind this first weak front. No rain locally for much of the day on Monday, but notice as we head toward Monday evening, a few showers, and then overnight to about 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m. next Tuesday morning, there's the front approaching with a 50 to 60% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Now, once this front moves through, the cool air is lagging way behind it, but it eventually will get some much cooler weather as we head toward the holiday itself, Thanksgiving. That'll be very nice, and we'll extend the front on out through the area. Looks like frontal passage about 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. You notice behind it, mainly west winds. That's just dry air. That's not cold air. The cold air is still way back to the north. It'll start moving in on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, to start cooling off some. Of course, this isn't Arctic air by any means, but it'll feel more like the holidays anyway coming up by Wednesday and Thursday. So if you're tired of the humidity, tired of the fog every morning, then you'll like the forecast as we head especially toward the middle and end of next week. But notice by 10 a.m. next Tuesday morning, just no precipitation really indicated left, but we'll have that decent chance coming up Monday night into Tuesday. All right, your forecast for the rest of the day, partly sunny to mostly cloudy, 20% coverage of showers, light showers here and there out there this afternoon. Low 80s for highs, winds south-southwest at 3 to 12. Now tonight, ahead of the front, the winds calm down a little bit. We could have a lot of fog again tonight, especially ahead of that front. So we'll be watching out for that, especially toward tomorrow morning. And speaking of tonight, mostly cloudy, patchy fog, 30% on the rain coverage. So a little bit higher coverage right now. This evening, there'll be the best coverage will be in the Houston area. Let's say 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and then it'll slowly work toward the coastline later tonight into tomorrow morning. Notice the winds too, southwest shifting north 2 to 7 around daybreak. Very light. This is, as we said several times today in the last few days, this is a weak cold front coming through. But a little bit of relief, as you'll see on the 7-day forecast coming up in just a moment. We may have some 50s for lows coming up by Sunday morning. That's a lot better than the mid to upper 60s to near 70 we've had the last couple of mornings, that's for sure. And that 7-day forecast, 20% coverage the rest of the day, 30% tonight, 20% at daybreak in the morning. Weekend looks fantastic. Light north wind tomorrow, northeast wind Sunday becoming southeast by late in the day. There's that 60% coverage, and now that's, remember, that's for overnight, Monday night into Tuesday morning, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, 60% coverage there, and just 20% around daybreak. Tuesday will be fine.